Do you know what is pamonha?
No.
Pamonha. It's a sweet food made of corn. So it's something very regional that we like it in every place in Brazil. But the story behind pamonha is that it was born with a marketing technique that is very well known in Brazil. There is a car going around the houses with a speaker screaming loudly, pamonha, pamonha, pamonha. And this is how we get to know that the seller of pamonha is around us, and we get out of the house and go to buy.
It's like what they do in America for ice cream trucks.
Yeah, maybe. So we don't have many cases or many products being sold like this in Brazil. Pamonha really owns this media channel, okay? But reality is that when we are at home, you don't want to be bothered with somebody screening in your window, etc., right? So what I see today is that people doing in the digital world some things that are similar to the pamonha car. So they are just trying to multiply content and interrupt you and annoy you and multiply the presence of their logos and trying to scream and scream and scream. Pamonha has sold in the past a lot with this technique, but today we have better ways of doing that, right?
I agree. And look, I consider that good marketing. Good marketing stands out, but great marketing doesn't even look like marketing. And the key is to build great marketing. And I'll give you an example, and you know this because you worked at McDonald's. One of the best things I've seen McDonald's do in an ad campaign is it's not called a billboard, but they actually put something out there, kind of like a billboard, and it smelled like McDonald's French fries.
Yes, I saw it.
And then people want to start eating McDonald's French fries. I'm like, oh, that's a really cool...
Just because of the smell.
Yes.
I used to say this is a result of the consistency, right?
Yeah.
So when you go to a stand-up comedy show, many, many times the artist take the mic, he says only 3 bad words. There was no joke, and everybody's laughing. Why? Because you saw so many jokes of this artist that just by looking at the comedian, you're already laughing.
Yeah.
Because you remember. So
Yes.
when you smell McDonald's cheese, you remember the experiences you had. But you need to be very consistent to get to this point, right? So in digital marketing, what would you recommend for somebody that is trying to sell pamonha, but is not willing to put a car screaming in the streets? They want to sell something only to people that wants the pamonha. How would you do?
I would actually go look to see where the demand is. Instead of spending all the money screaming on the streets, pamonha, pamonha, at this point, people are already familiar with the brand. Or if they're not familiar with the brand, they may have the problem. And you got to figure out, A, is your solution better than others? And B, can you do it in a more efficient way or a more cost-effective way? So then you look to see where those problems are. Are people typing them on Google? Are they searching on social media for the answers? Are they going to Q&A sites? Right? Are they already paying a competitor, but they don't solve the problem and they don't really do exactly what you do, but maybe you can partner with them and they can cross-sell your product for you? There's a lot of ways to skin the cat, but the way you have to really think about it is problem and solution selling. Don't just try to scream and convince people to buy your product or service. Look to see who has a problem that you can help and go and help them. That's the best way to generate revenue.
Is it the reason why small companies tend to have a better result in the internet than big companies? Because they can focus on specific problems and specific groups of people that have a need?
I think small companies have it easier because A, they're starting with less baggage, less history. So it's easier for them to create any new campaign they want without red tape. And B, when you're a newer, smaller company, you tend not to have as many products or services. So you don't have to do marketing for 100 different things. It just makes it easier.